Hi, everyone. My name is Christine Geipman, and I am a career counselor. I help job seekers to land the job of their dreams and help businesses to thrive. Today, we're going to talk about personal branding. I'm going to share my screen with you so that you can see my slides and the information that I've created for you. If you would like to take a screenshot for all the information, just press at the top of your keyboard, screenshot, print screen, and it's magically in your mouse. And all you have to do is right click it into a Word document and it will be there. So here we go, pressing share screen, and we are off. So branding you to land a job. That's what we're going to talk about today. So, alrighty. There we go. Keep in mind, if you haven't watched Job Search 1, episodes 1 and 2, you might be a little behind the 8 ball, and I don't want you to have to redo any work. So you really should start with Job Search 1, episode 1 and 2, and watch them in order so that you can do job search completely without having to redo any work. All right, so what is personal brand? Well, we all know personal brand, word of mouth marketing, right? Your passion is your personal brand. What are you passionate and excited about? It's not about who you know, it's about who knows you. That's what personal brand comes to, right? Jeff Bezos have said in the past, personal brand is what people say about you when you leave the room. Do you have any idea? It's all based on customer service. It's based on the impression people have of you and what you're about. Your reputation, maybe your company name or a logo of yours, right? What is the value that you bring and what differentiates you from all the other people that are in your industry? Maybe it's your price point or the benefits that you're offering. All of these come into play when we are talking about personal brand. So it is a lot to think about as you're moving along in the process. Let's think of the local pizza place just opened up. How do you figure out whether to go there or not? What do you think about? Maybe you Google their name. You see if they have a menu or a website or a phone number. Let me take a look at them, right? Maybe when you Google them, they come up right on page 1. Maybe you have to go to page 2 of Google to get the information about the pizza place. Page 3. How many pages? There's got to be a lot of pages of pizza places in your area. How many pages come up? Do you go to page 15 to find that new place? Or do you kind of give up and stop? Think about that. Maybe you use Yelp or some other service to find out, what do other people say? What are the reviews? Is it good? Is it bad? Is there a menu item that's better than another? What are your friends saying? Have they gone there? Have they had a good or bad experience? Do you trust your friends to give you the right information? How about when you actually call to order a pizza? You're judging them. Are you being received in a good manner? Is customer service right on point, or is it lacking? Maybe you have delivery or you're picking up the pizza. What are your experiences from there, right? Think about all of those things. Would you go back to the new pizza place? I don't know. Think about pizza, but then ask yourself, you are the new pizza. If you are the pizza, would you go back? Would people refer you to have your pizza? Or are you the pizza that gives everybody food poisoning? It seems kind of blunt to say that, but that's how people talk about you. Not as a pizza, of course, but good, bad, ugly, indifferent, strengths, weaknesses, all of those good things. Think about recruitment from the other side. They're thinking about lots of different things. A recruiter is the middleman and not making the hiring decisions. A hiring manager that you'll be reporting to is making the call. These are all the thoughts or processes that are going through their brain. How will this new hire affect my budget? Am I getting my money's worth? Especially when we're negotiating salary, right? I need a new body right now, not last week or a month ago. I need them to do the job now so that I can focus on other things. Are they going to get up to speed? Can they do the job? Or are they going to require a huge amount of training to get up to par? I don't want to just hire a filler, someone to go into that spot so that I can check off a box. It's not about that. It's about somebody being able to competently do the job. Someone that's reliable and shows up on time, and they're knowledgeable about the subject, and they're dependable. I can give them other tasks and they can carry them out. They're thinking about all of these things as they're going through the hiring process. So you need to demonstrate that. And everything is built on trust, just like the pizza restaurant. Do I trust the person? Do I trust the pizza? Right? So think about that as you're applying to jobs. Your resume, your cover letter, your interview answers, all of those things come into play. But you have to know what your brand is going to be and what you're all about in order to competently answer the questions. What you can do versus what you can't do or you're not interested in doing. So, how do you answer those questions to make you rise to the top of the pile for an employer? Well, you got to create that personal or career story, right? What are you passionate about doing? Are you motivated? Is it showing in your eyes and your voice? And are you relaying that information? What's the story? Stories are important. People can relate to stories. What differentiates you from all the other people that are also applying for that same job? Your competition. Think about that. What are you bringing to the table? A lot of different people are applying and they all have different backgrounds and experiences. That makes you stand out. How do you relay that? So your combination of skills and attributes. All of those things come into play and you offer them because nobody else can touch that, right? Everyone is unique. And what aspects of your journey do you consider unique? Again, what is making you special from all the other people, the applicants? Your personal brand is your reputation, okay? This is really important. It's your work ethic. What do people say behind your back? What do you do and demonstrate when no one else is looking or watching? It's the most valuable asset that you'll ever own. And when you lose your reputation, it's very hard to get it back. All right. So keep going with your personal brand. Your value statement, that's your focus, right? That's what we're going to focus all of your personal brand on. What is important to you? What are your values? Some people define your culture or brand as what you do when no one's looking, as I mentioned earlier. So what is it that you do? What do you care about when no one else is looking or watching you, right? It is what you're known for. that person, yeah, they are good at blah, blah. I would go to them for their SMA, their subject matter expertise in blank. What is it that you do that is the best? That's your reputation, right? But you want to keep it simple. If they have to think and they don't understand it completely, then they are going to go to the next person that's easier to understand. So you want to keep it simple, maybe a few words so that they don't have to think very hard. They don't have time for that. Think about all the brands that you know, right? You are the CEO of me, not me, but you, right? The CEO of yourself. You are a product. Maybe you work for a big company. Maybe you work for a little company, but you're still the CEO of me. You are a product and a brand. And you have to constantly change and evolve according to societal standards. So in 2022 and beyond, aren't we all agile? Aren't we all evolving and changing? What have you done to do that? Back when Dunkin' Donuts started, it wasn't about coffee and tea and what it is now, right? That's all they did was coffee. Then slowly, time to make the donuts, right? The big guy came out and he had a big sheet pan of donuts. That was their logo. They sold donuts and coffee. Then it evolved again because of societal changes. And they added other things, other menu items, such as tea, such as smoothies, such as breakfast sandwiches, bagels, that kind of thing, right? And then they evolved and changed again. They didn't want to be known as the donut chain. They wanted to be known as Dunkin'. Dunkin' covered a whole umbrella of things. So it wasn't just Dunkin' Donuts, it was Dunkin'. So they dropped that donuts part, and you'll see that in many signs. Right now, there's no donuts anymore. It's just Dunkin'. They will evolve again. That's another way that is a perfect example of evolving for societal changes. Think about it. You still have coffee at the heart of everything you do. However, you do a lot of other different things. You're not the same person you were in high school or when you graduated or in your 20s and 30s. You have evolved. You've learned new things. You've had new interests. What is your product? What is your brand? You can reinvent yourself, but the heart of what you do is usually the same. It's very difficult to change your habits. Remember, shorter is always better. Do not make them think. Don't make the listener think. So 15 to 30 seconds is optimum. When you deliver a powerful branding statement or elevator pitch, you're usually at a networking meeting where you're talking to other people who don't know you. Or maybe you are at an interview and you're delivering. So tell me about yourself. You hear that question all the time. What is your, tell me about yourself, right? What is it about you? 15 to 30 seconds, maybe 45 seconds. Make it roll off your tongue. You should know what you're all about, right? And if you don't believe it and you're not passionate about it, probably isn't going to go very far. You have to believe it in your eyes, in your voice, in your mannerisms. And definitely smile because your body language counts. So when you're delivering your elevator pitch, your personal branding statement, you want to make sure that you're smiling and you're welcoming. How would you feel listening to somebody else deliver their personal branding statement and they're not smiling? They're grouchy, right? You're probably not listening. That is helping people to pay attention. So be welcoming and have that conversation by smiling and your body language, being open to questions. When you're done with it, that 15 to 30 seconds, you want to shut up. Not many people will tell you that. But how can you use the 2 ears that you have if this is still talking? Stop talking and start listening. Listen to the questions, listen to the responses. Watch the body language to see if people have been paying attention. Don't tell them everything and the kitchen sink about you and where you come from and what you've done, because you only have a very short period of time. You can't fit your whole life in just 30 seconds, 45 seconds, right? So leave them wanting more, right? A little cliffhanger. And depending on the room, who's listening, whether it is job seekers or an actual interview or a phone interview, right? You want to have several different elevator pitches or personal branding statements so that you can talk and discuss and take the conversation a little bit further. A lot of people don't know where to get started on that elevator pitch. How do I create a personal branding statement? Well, the first thing that you should do is break it down. What are 3 words or phrases that describe your strengths? Let's start with that. Think of what your strengths are, the top 3. And you can change that and you can morph it. Listen to others' personal branding statement. Hey, I do that. Hey, I like the way they said that. Let me take a note. But start with 3 things that you think are your strengths. And then, what industry are you looking in? Even if you're a career changer, you're going from, I don't know, healthcare into vet care, right? What are those common denominators? What industry are you looking in? Because people are listening how they can help you. What is your go-to? Why does everyone think that you are a subject matter expert in what area, right? What problem do you solve? What do you like to solve? Everyone likes to solve something. What is it for you? That distinguishes you from all the other people that are applying, the other qualified people. But you're doing it for a reason. You're not doing it because you just like to do it, although you do. You're doing it because the company benefits somehow, some way, whether it is more customers or more sales or better customer service, or there's a lot of benefits for what you do. What are those benefits? It could be more than one. You're just taking notes and you're brainstorming all of these things so that you can create your own branding statement. Now, I'm going to give you a little bit more homework. Take that, all those brainstorm words, take it and turn it into a connection. Ask a question. Have you ever heard blah, 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 right? And it could be a technology issue. It could be a customer service issue. Again, think back to that pizza restaurant, right? Think about all those things. 9 times out of 10, somebody has had that issue or has heard, because we're telling stories and we are relaying to them the image of what is going to help them understand what you do. Link what you do to what they said, what they answered. Connect your story to those relationships, to financial struggles and gains, right? Health issues. We all have certain health issues or know somebody else that has health issues. What are they? How do you fit in, and what you do fit into that grand scheme of things? Their eyes are going to light up. Their eyebrows are, oh, now I get it. Oh, you're going to see that invisible light bulb go off above their head because they get it now. They didn't understand those strengths and what you do before, but because you put it into a story, you asked them a question, you knew the best way to relay that information, and then they get it. People can now relate to you, and you can have that conversation with them, the give and take, and people that are listening will have a better chance of figuring out where you would fit and what leads would really help you to land your next position. So you're turning that elevator pitch, that personal branding statement, into a two-way connector pitch so that they understand, you can respond, and you can have that conversation. Even if you're a career changer, you can do the same thing because you're reframing some of those words. I've worked in blank, but now I'm shifting into blank using some of those skills that I've acquired through the years, right? You're networking with intention. You are telling people what you're doing, but you're not networking with what you used to do. You're networking with what you want to do, where you want to be, and what you want to be known for. Little bit different than staying in that same industry. You want to be strategic for your job search. You're focusing on those transferable skills. Customer service is customer service is customer service. It doesn't matter if you're in retail or if you're in healthcare or if you're in hospitality or if you're in tourism or if you are in tech, you still have to take care of the customer. Customer service is universal. How can you take those transferable skills that you might have and correlate them into what you want to be when you grow up? That's how a career changer shows that you have the skills needed. What do you have that can take you into that next position? Here's an example of an elevator connection, a personal branding connection through storytelling, right? We talked about asking and responding. So, as Sam Horn had said, have you, a friend or family member, ever bought anything online? Amazon. Well, okay, who hasn't? Thank you, Jeff Bezos, because some people have bought Amazon packages every single day and the mailman knows them by name. Everyone can relate to that for the most part. Even a friend or family member has done that. Well, I never shop online, but my wife does all the time. Again, maybe it's not that person, but they know somebody else, right? Confirm to your connection, but linking what you do to that story, right? Then their eyes will light up. Oh, that's what you do. Okay, right? This person makes the software that makes it safe for your wife to buy things online. Oh, so if they're not in tech, they're not in that space, they get what they do and they can have that conversation and connection. It's not a foreign language to them. It's not something that they don't understand. You have to put it into plain language to relay that information. And then it's so much easier to be able to move forward and get those networking connections. They can relate to you and what you do. So important. End the story. You have to end the conversation, but have a follow-up question. What can I do? Where can I go? Who should I talk to? Whether it's a company or an individual, do you have anyone in your network? Or do you know of a follow-up person that I should speak with, right? Ask them. And most often, they are going to want to help you. You have an elevator pitch because you're staying in the same industry, right? Or you just want to give them a little spiel about what you do. Marty Letman has been a speaker, and he has given us some examples of elevator pitches, as well as Google. So Google is a wonderful, wonderful place. Just Google examples of personal branding statements or elevator pitches, and you will get several that you can choose from just to give you a jumping board start. How to get a job, whether it's 2022 or beyond, pretty much the same. Networking is king, but in order to network, in order to talk to people, you must create your personal branding statement because you have to know you and what you're all about and where you're going and what you want to be known as in order to talk to people, in order to create your resume, in order to answer an interview question or cover letter. All of these things are in order. So it's really important that you do them in order so you don't have to redo any work, right? Right? Take advantage of those strengths. I know we're not used to patting ourselves on the back. Hey, how great are we? This is your time to shine. This is your time to do that. Because if you don't do that, nobody else is going to shout out what you're really good at. You have to do that and get people used to knowing who you are and what you stand for. Align those interests with your career aspirations, what you want to do. I aspire to be, and this is what's open, or this is what's available. Use a job description for those key words. Make sure your language is matching the job description. And always remember, your personal brand hardly costs any money, if anything at all. But it is more important than any monetary asset. Be persistent and be patient. It will come back to you. Karma is a wonderful thing. Always use social media tools as well. Don't discount them. To tell everyone what your personal brand is, what you stand for, what you're passionate about, because that is going to help get the word out. In addition to your other job seeking tools, such as your resume and your cover letter. Think about it. How do you share your personal brand? You share it through networking. You are always networking. What are you all about? Keep in mind, you can't do or do not. There is no try, right? You want black and white here. There's no gray line. Know that every job is temporary. They can divorce you at any time. They can stop partnering with you and keep you on as an employee. So you're always looking out for you. We're in the gig economy. Lots of people have lots of different revenue streams, income streams, not just one. We're used to having only one job, one income stream. Nowadays, with a gig economy, we're looking at a lot of different ways to make money. Listings for gig jobs have increased over 400%, and they keep going up. So you're going to see this is a regular thing. You're hired on a project basis. When the project is done, your job is done, and you're looking for the next project to work on. Different parts of a project need help. It's not just project management, right? All these things need people and groups of people to finish a project, to complete it. All right. You are some kind of product, whether it is customer service, whether it is IT, whether it is healthcare, whether it is, I have no idea, but you're a product. And with that said, what is your personal brand to tell everybody what your product is? please know that you have to make time to do this. You can't just do it 10 hours a week and hope for the best. The whole spray and pray and applying online or apply with a job board. Yeah, you have to be in it to win it. Kind of like the lottery. But how many people win the lottery? How many people buy a lottery ticket and win the lottery? You're looking about the same thing for your resumes. So when you apply online, that's not the only place. Far, far from it. You want to talk and you want to network. Hiring managers are looking for generalists who have knowledge in all different areas, but they really want specialists. What is your specialty? What are you really good at? Even though you know here and here and here and here, right? You're aware of all the other stuff, but your specialty is what is that? That's what a hiring manager tends to look for. At a very minimum, please keep current with technology terms. Use Skill Up in New Jersey. It's a free program for you to skill up and stay current with not only soft skills, but hard skills such as Excel, project management, marketing, that kind of thing. You can learn soft skills like communication and teamwork. Everything is available and it is free. Know that you can change careers. You don't have to stay in a job that you hate or you dislike. You have the ability. It is a lot harder, but it can be done. So take back your confidence and know that you can change careers. The best place to start, especially for a career changer, is a temp job because they get to try you out and you get to try them out. And you don't like it, leave. They don't like you get to leave and start over again and try something different. So it's definitely recommended that you look in that area as opposed to a full-time permanent position. Ask yourself, if you're looking for some kind of success in landing, what is your strategic goal? Everyone is different. Everyone's coming to the table with a different industry, different education, different experience and background. Are you comparing yourself to everyone else? Are you your own worst enemy? Are you doubting yourself, having imposter syndrome because you are comparing yourself to others? Or do you believe in yourself and those abilities and strengths? Not really sure, but you need to know you. Make sure you're taking advice that's accurate and current. There are many, many career counselors on LinkedIn giving free advice that are totally awesome. Follow them. Make sure you're paying attention to what people are saying from many different sources, and then take what works for you. Take action, because if you sit there because there's so much information, that's not helping you. You need to stop and start to take action. Try things out for 6 weeks. If it's not working and it's not getting you the results that you personally need, try something different for 6 more weeks. And then try something else until you reach your goal. We have all heard this quote. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results. Are you doing the same thing over and over and expecting a job? Maybe you want to change something and then change it again. But do not keep doing the same thing expecting different results, such as landing. Please ask yourself, what do you need to do to attain your strategic goal of landing a new job? A job you love, not just a job, not just a, yeah, I got a job you love. What do you need to do? Some resources, always. LinkedIn I use all the time to share and share and share some more. But there are other resources that are very helpful to you as a job seeker. Career Sherpa, Job Hunt, The Muse, My Networking Central. And there's just tons of career experts that will give of their time and their information. You just need to seek them out. That's all for today about personal branding. Thank you so much, and good luck as you create your personal branding statement. I appreciate it, and talk to you soon. Bye.